I want y'all to hit that like button. Sub to the channel if you are not a member. And hit those notifications as well. All of the notifications to get all of my content, all of my videos. Salute to the whole entire LDBC. Basketball, boxing. You know how we rocking. And salute to all the people that rock with me. Day ones and new subs. let's get right to this, all right? Shout out to Sugar. I see you in the building. Hope you all right with you. Now, we all know that CP3 have been done in a classic, cold, cutthroat way. This stuff not only happens, it tends to happen like, in sports, but it happens everywhere. It happens on the job, it happens in relationships, everything. People sideswipe you, people do underhanded shit. Stephen Green, I see you in the building. Make sure you go sub to Stephen Green. Go sub to his channel. Salute to you. Listen, we got to understand that when there's an organization and when there's a lot of people, when there's a lot of moving parts, there's some people that are not going to get out of line by any means. They don't, even if it means that they have to salvage friendships or personal relationships and everything, right? Now, here's the thing that that's going on, where I felt I caught the energy with Ty Lue, right? This is the thing. Ty Lue was asked a lot of questions during that press conference, okay? And it was, finally speaking on the Chris Paul situation. And if you look at that press conference, they asked him a couple of questions. One of the questions was, did he feel like it was necessary for them to go ahead and part ways with CP3? And then he asked another question right after that. Well, guess what? That was the only question that I was focused on, and I bet everybody else was focused on him answering that question. And you know what Ty Lue did? He blatantly skipped that question. I don't know if y'all noticed that. I noticed that. Out of everything that the media was asking him about, questions about what he felt about it and all this other stuff, but he skipped that question. Now, we know that Ty Lue and CP3, they weren't on speaking terms. They weren't on speaking terms. Apparently, when this situation had taken place, because CP3 was disgusted about way things had about the organization, and rightfully so. This was an organization this was an organization that was actually one of the better organizations, and some people damn near called the Clippers, if they would have, if they would have stayed healthy and they had some guys on there that could really carry them to the promised land, they probably could have been a contender. As a lot of people did see them as a contender, especially when they were with Lob City. You said Ty Lue about to out LA anywhere. I noticed that at the press conference. I don't oh Ty Lue about to anyway out Ty Lue about to out LA. Oh, he's about to out any. Well, no. Well, this is my thing, right? They weren't on speaking terms, and this is my thing, right? Chris Paul, the year prior, I want y'all to listen to me good, okay? Did you know that Chris Paul played all 82 games when he was with the Spurs? Nobody knew that. This is the man that has been injury prone. I had to go back and I had to go do my research. And on top of that, he averaged 7.4 assists. And not only that, guess what? His buddy, LeBron James, he was in the negative. Guess what about CP3 that I found crazy and was like at to be for his age, he was a +9 for the whole entire for the whole entire team. He averaged like he was a +9 in terms of his value and stuff. And here's my thing about that. Right? Salute, Cheyenne. Not only did he play all 82 games, but he averaged 7.4 assists. So why am I bringing all this up? Is because, okay, while Chris Paul, he may not be, what he was when he was in New Orleans, when he was with his tenure with the Clippers. Hell, he probably not even what he was, what I'm saying, when he was with Phoenix up until he got hurt and everything. But he still brought some sort of value and everything. Now, I'm not saying he's going to carry him over a championship. This isn't Chris Paul when he was leading the league in steals and assists 6 seasons straight and all that other stuff. Them days are gone. You said CP3 is that GOAT more than LeBron. CP3 didn't ask for help. Well, I'm not going to get into that type of discussion or whatever because to me, that's two different mentalities. You know what I'm saying? Two different success rates and two different entirely situations. You know what I'm saying? When we talk about CP3 and we talk about LeBron. But what I will say this though, right? The way that they did him was dirty, and what they should have did is just go ahead and keep him there. You know why? Because he took a pay cut to come and play for your organization. Now that's why, Stephen Green, I disagree with you. I think it was yesterday or the day before that when you said CP3 was going to come there and he was going to be a part of the organization. Not an organization that did him like that. No. Not an organization that did him like that. You're talking about, somebody that had been successful there. Okay, he didn't bring you a championship there, right? He didn't lead you to the promised land or anything like that. But he put asses in the seats. They were an entertain. For you to sit up here and say that the Clippers during that time weren't an entertaining team to watch, man, you smoking. Because although they didn't win, there was many different styles that you could watch on that team. You had the savvy point guard, hard nosed, prototypical type, old school type of point guard that played the position the right way in CP3. Okay, you had Blake Griffin, who at that time was very explosive. Some people were comparing him to, like Charles Barkley and Karl Malone, and one of the better power forwards who developed a jumper and also was a live threat too until the injuries had kind of taken a toll on him. Then you had an athletic center. And by the way, I wish people would quit saying that DeAndre Jordan was the most athletic center we've ever seen. No, Wilt, in a lot of people's eyes, was the most athletic center that ever played the game. All right, but he was an athletic center that could, that could be a live threat. You know what I'm saying? He was a decent rebounder. You know what I'm saying? Decent shot blocker and everything like that, and just very athletic. You know what I'm saying in terms of how he used his athleticism and being around the rim, being that he played the position that he played and everything. You know what I'm saying? And was a decent screen setter too as well. And then you had a lot of different guys on those teams. You had, a host of role players on that team and stuff. And then, of course, the couple that, with the coach of Doc Rivers. You can't sit up here and say that you didn't pay attention to that. You said, as a real Warriors fan, Lob City was entertainment to watch. That is facts. And of course, who gave them problems? It was the Warriors. Okay? We're talking about, you know what I'm saying? Who could forget that move when Steph went behind the back? He did the behind the back bot dribble to CP3 and had him falling. You know what I'm saying? Who could forget about those battles and stuff? You say Kawhi about to next out of the LA Clippers losing season are coming. Well, this was expected, but but listen, did you know that at the start of the season there were a lot of people that had put playoff expectations on this team? They had put this team, this Clippers team, to go far, but I said it wasn't going to work. And me, I'm probably, again, I'm on an island by myself again with this situation and everything. Look, I said that, Norman Powell leaving that place, that was just one of the dumbest things that you could have done. Look, we know that Norman Powell was getting up in age or whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? He's 30, 31, 32 years old. But see, I'm getting ready to talk about Giannis. Giannis ain't no spring chicken in terms of his age and stuff. Now, he probably moved good, but now you're saying that, he going to be out 2 to 4 weeks with a calf strain. But I'm just giving an example. You know what I'm saying? If we're going to go by age and stuff like that, then we gotta call a spade a spade. And then on top of that, Norman Powell is still averaging. He's good for 24.5 points a game. So why you get rid of a guy like that who was on pace to be an all-star level? Why you gonna get rid of a guy like that? That don't make no sense. But I digress. Look, the point is how they did CP3. They know they was wrong. They shouldn't have done that. Ty Lue, we could sit up here and act like Ty Lue wasn't responsible for it. He was. You know what I'm saying? He wanted them out of there. There was a clash. They weren't getting along and everything. They had butted heads and everything. But CP3, he's not the easiest guy to deal with. But a lot of people think that CP3 means well. I mean, come on. He did go to the finals as the floor general with the Phoenix Suns. They just they just happened to fell short. You said the Clippers thought that they can build around without Norman Powell. How so? I mean, Norman Powell, he had injury or whatnot, but he wasn't sitting down constantly or anything like that. If that was the case, you know what I'm saying, he wouldn't have been able to be selected, you know what I'm saying, in terms of, or been eligible for anything. You know what I'm saying? This was a guy that was about to be an all-star. Unfortunately, you know what I'm saying, he was hurt or whatever. You said at some point the Clippers had to well, they had tried to rebuild. Listen, what they're gonna have to do is just go ahead, clean house, get rid of a lot of these injured players and hurt players and stuff like that. But the problem with that is, man, there's a couple things. If you're looking for them to go ahead and try to make trades and stuff like that, they realistically can't do anything until 2031. You know what I'm saying? And that's, if they happen to reach into the luxury, then they'll have to just cross that bridge when they do it. But they can't do anything. Always remember Steven, Cheyenne, Brown Sugar, everybody else up in here. They cannot do anything. Neither can the Lakers do anything until 2030 and 2031. Those are the key years. That's what I was telling you about Joel Embiid, Steven. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, they think, oh, yeah, it's so easy to trade Joel Embiid. No, you can't do that. You got to keep your mind on either between the year of 28, 29. You know what I'm saying? You're not really going to be able to do anything, with him. It's not going to be that easy, especially with his contract and stuff like that. Yeah, we can sit up here and say, oh, yeah, go ahead, get rid of this guy. Go ahead, get rid of that guy. You know what I'm saying? But it's not easy. And on top of that, you got to have a return on your investment too, and that's what these guys got to get, you know. But the Clippers, man, they went nowhere fast. This was an organization, man, that was always entertaining. They always had talent, always had young, promising talent. Even going always starting back with Bob McAdoo. You know what I'm saying? I know Stephen Green like old school. Cheyenne, he fucked with a little old school. Brown Sugar definitely a little old school. Even going all the way back to the Buffalo Braves with Bob McAdoo. You know what I'm saying? Then moving to the days of Ron Harper to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? They had Danny Manning. You know what I'm saying? Had guys like that. You know what I'm saying? Then they had, I'm trying to think, man. Who else they had? You had guys like Quentin Richardson. You had Darius Miles. And I'm talking about, people that really know the Clippers and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Not just no fly by night Clippers fans that they watched a few Clippers highlights or whatever, and then Kawhi came and then they Clippers. I ain't talking about them Clippers fans. You know what I'm saying? They had Darius Miles, they had Lamar Odom in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? They had Elton Brand. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hell, to a lesser extent. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to this guy. we had the opportunity to meet him, Michael Olowokandi. You know what I'm saying? I had the pleasure of meeting Michael Olowokandi, even going all the way back, back to them days. You know what I'm saying? And then ushering in, the Live City era, and that sort of thing or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, you had the Kawhi, you had the Paul George era and stuff. But it's just been downhill from there. You said the Clippers always had talent, but they like that one piece. Yeah, to win a championship. Yeah, that's true. You said for real, Ty Lue and the Clippers need to part ways. It's not that easy. Ty Lue just signed. That's another thing, man. He just signed an extension, man. You know what I'm saying? He just signed a coaching extension. Some people wonder why. See, I was wondering how did he get an extension? You know what I'm saying? And I was also wondering how Chauncey Billups had got an extension. And guess what tree both of them guys fall up under? The Doc Rivers tree. So like I said, the Chris Paul disrespect by Ty Lue, it was evident in that press conference. Now, Giannis. Giannis been trending. Giannis been trending ever than before. It's amazing how Giannis is trending right now, more so than he has been, you know what I'm saying? I would say over the past, year or so, because all this stuff about him leaving and stuff like that. Now he want to trend. Now y'all want to get this guy respect. Listen, Giannis got hurt. I already announced it. He gonna be out 2 to 4 weeks with a calf strain. Giannis done had some injuries. And for those of y'all that don't know, Giannis is my favorite player. Okay, I want to put that out there. It was Russell Westbrook. You know what I'm saying? But Russell Westbrook, he looks to be out in the next, couple of years or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But we gotta ask ourselves a question, man. Giannis is getting up there. Like I said, he ain't no spring chicken. In terms of his age, you see the injuries happening, see stuff happening. I know some people probably think that Giannis is fake. I don't think Giannis will fake no shit like this. How many years does Giannis got left? How many formidable years does Giannis got left in his prime? How many do you think? How many do you think, man? I want to know from y'all. How much longer do you think that Giannis got? I'm talking about at a peak level. I'm not talking about no subpar stats, by his standards. I ain't talking about no 22 points a game and 9 rebounds and 0.5 blocks and 2 assists. No, I'm talking about, between 31, 33 points, between 12 and 15 rebounds, between about 1 to 3 blocks, you know what I'm saying? About 1 to 2 steals, you know what I'm saying? And about 5 assists. How many years do you think he got left? I think Cheyenne said, okay, Steven said he got 4 years. He said the Holiday trade messed the Bucks up. But that's not what we asking. I'm asking, how many years does Giannis have? Look, let's not discuss no trade. Let's not listen. Let's pretend that this trade ain't going down. You say Giannis got 5 to 6 peak years left, even with the injuries. Even with that hyperextended knee that he suffered during that championship run. Even with, you know what I'm saying, a little knick-knack injury. Don't forget, he missed a lot of time the previous season. Him and Dame sitting. You know what I'm saying? He done missed a whole bunch of time. Now he about to be out anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks. Got to ask ourselves a question. And on top of that, Giannis, you know what I'm saying, entering 30, you know what I'm saying, going into the 30s. Come on. It's not easy. Look, I would give Giannis, I think that's about right, maybe about 4 to 5 years, you know what I'm saying, at its peak. Provided that no injury happens, you know what I'm saying? But we don't want that shit to take place. Because think about it like this, Cheyenne, Steven, and Brown Sugar. Think about it like this, right? Think about it. Lamar Jackson having problems right now. He done missed practice. Had a hamstring. They said his ankle was bothering him. He said he got a whole lot of problems concerning his lower extremities. You know what I'm saying? I know, man, what are you doing talking about football? Well, we going to talk about football in a minute, goddammit. Because you already know it's finna go down tonight. Cowboys and Lions, okay? I'm all over the place. I don't give a damn, but shit, we going back to Giannis. Look. Gotta ask ourselves, how's he gonna be? Hell, we don't even know how Kyrie gonna look when he get back. I mean, don't get mad at me, you know. Oh man, I'm gonna take this like away, man. He's cursing too much. Okay, oh well. Shoot, you know what I'm saying? But no, we just gotta be real. We gotta be real. Like, realistically, can Giannis play at that level? You know what I'm saying? And more so, has the Bucks done Giannis a disservice? Look, Giannis do got to take accountability for some of the stuff that done took place. You know what I'm saying? Drew Holiday, you know what I'm saying? Signing off on Dame, you know what I'm saying? You know, getting mad, you know what I'm saying? Not being that leader that we, you know, quite wanted him to, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, he did bring a championship there. You know what I'm saying? That's one more championship there's some of these other franchises that don't have a championship, that ain't even been there in a long time. You know what I'm saying? Ain't even sniffing no championship. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think, matter of fact, no. Wait, well, Sacramento King. Okay, because I was thinking about, you said Buck has been good to my, yeah, they have. They've been good to Giannis. They've accommodated Giannis and everything. But the Bucks, let's just be real, Steven. Let's keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it a thou wow. Let's keep it a stack. All right, Steven and Cheyenne, Brown Sugar, everybody else up in here. Let's just call it what it is. They were supposed to capitalize off of that championship that they won. Okay, now I know the situation with Chris Middleton. You know what I'm saying? He constantly was hurt. You know what I'm saying? We know that. You know what I'm saying? A solid player when he was healthy and everything, but Chris Middleton was hurt. He did step it up while Giannis was absent. You know what I'm saying? We give him that, and he did. He was a defensive. He was that guy, man, that you could rely upon in terms of defense and everything. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, okay. You know, they could have did more by accommodating Giannis, you know what I'm saying, and capitalizing, you know what I'm saying, him with talent. Now, I don't know why in the hell they just didn't try to fight for Drew Holiday right there. You know what I'm saying? Because there should have been a screaming and a shouting match. You know what I'm saying? And I got a feeling, Steven. I got a feeling, Cheyenne. I got a feeling, Brown Sugar. I got a feeling that one of the things that probably happened was like, look, it's either you get rid of Drew Holiday or I'm about to go. I think that's what went down. I honestly think that that's what went down. I don't know, just something is telling me that. Just from looking at it, you know what I'm saying? Something is telling me that that's what went down. I could be wrong. I could be, a conspiracy theorist. You know what I'm saying? I could be having wishful thinking. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to call it. But I just got a really crazy feeling that that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? They had a disagreement. They butted heads, and then Giannis was like, you know what? You get rid of Drew Holiday, I'll stay. If not, then I'm leaving. You know what I'm saying? Because there has been multiple instances where Giannis, there's been rumors that Giannis was going to leave and that he was tired of the franchise and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? One of them was evident. You know what I'm saying? One of them, you could tell, you know what I'm saying, he was about to leave or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Then, of course, just recently, I think that not now, but I'm talking about at the beginning of the year. I really do think that those narratives will fall. But now you're hearing that stuff about him wanting to play in New York and him, possibly going to Golden State, him possibly, what I'm saying, them making a move over there in San Antonio for him to play with Wemby. All this stuff is brewing again. Yeah, no championship without Drew Holiday. Yeah, that is a fact. No championship without Drew Holiday with the Celtics season. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's debatable too. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, it took Drew Holiday to lock up Kyrie. You know what I'm saying? Drew Holiday was a key shot maker. You know what I'm saying? Drew Holiday could lock up pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Three, damn near four guys on the court. You know what I'm saying? Drew Holiday was able to survey, you know what I'm saying? Survey, that passing lane. Know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Already there if you try to thinking like, 3-4 steps ahead, you know what I'm saying, of that offense is getting ready to come. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what I feel. Now, uh let's go ahead and talk let's talk about football, man. We got Dak. Brown Sugar don't like Dak. Can't stand them. We got the Cowboys versus them Lions. The Lions. You know what I'm saying? We got Jared Goff. Two MVP candidates. In my opinion, Dak is an MVP candidate. Okay? He's an MVP candidate. Yes, he is. Dak done did it all-time passing leader in history. You know what I'm saying? Done one, what, 2, 3 straight. I think it is 2 straight. You know what I'm saying? That defeated the Eagles. You know what I'm saying? He beat the Kansas City Chiefs on, not Christmas, Thanksgiving Day in front of the whole world at home. Now, he got the Lions. Like we say, the Lions there. He got Jared Goff. He got an MVP candidate. They've been talking about Jared Goff. They ain't been talking about Dak. Dak got to win this game for several reasons. All the eyes are on Dak right now. All the eyes are on the Cowboys right now. honestly, some people, you got people now talking about if the Cowboys can keep on winning, they could probably take supremacy of this NFC. You said Dallas wins. We have to. Yeah, listen, Dak. I'm not just talking about Dallas though, but Dak. I want Dak to win this game. I'm not gonna even lie to you. I want Dak to win. So Brown Sugar could come in here and give Dak his props. So Stephen Green can come in here and give Dak his props. You know what I'm saying? And say, hey, we about to go to the Super Bowl. I will never hear these words come out of Brown Sugar mouth, but I want her to say, I love Dak as a quarterback. I want her to say that, but I know that'll never happen. No, man, Dak could throw for damn near 400 yards. You know what I'm saying? He could have no interceptions, have about 5 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? Have a damn near 130 QBR and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Even making motherfuckers miss a flawless ass game, no sacks, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Not being hurried, not being rushed. You know what I'm saying? Just being composed and everything. And I bet you she still wouldn't say nothing. See, I can't stand them. Cowgirls, please beat the Lions since the 49. Oh no! Oh no! He brought up the 49ers. Brought up the 49ers. The 49ers been playing good football too. You know what I'm saying? Even though they they short-handed and all that shit, they still are making a way. You know what I'm saying? Shanahan been definitely making a way. I give props to Shanahan. I don't like Shanahan like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't like Shanahan like that. I couldn't stand him. I mean, his pops. You know what I'm saying? Okay, that's another thing. But Kyle Shanahan, I was like, I don't know about that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta give him his credit. You know what I'm saying? Now, the whole Brock Purdy, you know what I'm saying? Brock Purdy, he gotta step it up, you know what I'm saying? Ain't really been himself since he got that money and everything, you know what I'm saying? But they've been winning though. They've been winning. You said 49ers not winning the NFC West. You said I play fair. I don't like him. Nothing gonna make me feel different. Not even a championship. What if Dak went? Ooh, that's why you gotta love Brown Sugar. Now I gotta put Brown Sugar feet to the fire. Now I got it talking. You know what I'm saying? We don't mention the Cowboys. If we mention the Cowboys, you know what I'm saying? We gonna get something out of her. You know what I'm saying? If we mention the Celtics, you know what I'm saying? We gonna get something out of her. You know what I'm saying? So, what if the Cowboys win a championship? Will you respect that? If the Cowboys win the championship, Brown Sugar, Cheyenne, Stephen Green, will you give Dak his credit? I can't wait for this. I got Kyle Shanahan winning Coach of the Year. Ooh, okay, what about the coach of the Patriots? Oh, come on, man. No. He can't do that. You know what I'm saying? What? Oh, man. Coach of the Patriots, you know what I'm saying? We got the Seahawks. You said, of course, I respect what. Yeah, okay. What if he have a really good playoffs or whatever, but he just falls short? You still gonna blame it on Dak? Cause I know that's what's finna happen. I don't respect no one. I don't like. I don't like he doing his job. Okay, so but 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 okay, I gotta know the. Listen, I want to get one definitive answer. Are you gonna give the man his props if if he brings a Super Bowl to Dallas? Cause you a Cowboys fan. Are you gonna give him his props? Are you gonna stop hating on Dak? What? Oh my God, man! I already know Brown Sugar finna tell me to shut up, but I got to clap for that. I already know. Yes. See, that was hard. Y'all don't know, man. You don't know Cheyenne Stephen Green. Look, that I was expecting her to say hell no. Y'all don't know that shit. You said Mr. 2083 Shanahan been winning games with half the roster on IR, including the kid. Well, I've already said that. I already said that. I already did that, but Sean Payton been doing it with the Denver Broncos. You know what I'm saying? McVay, you know what I'm saying? Been doing it with the Rams. I mean, come on, man. You know, McVay back in the mix. Steven, Cheyenne, McVay is back in the mix. We gotta look out for the Rams. Ain't nobody even really talking about the Rams. That's the thing. But I gotta give Brown Sugar her props. You know what I'm saying? I gotta give her props. She said if y'all win the Super Bowl, she gonna lay off Dak. Cause guess what? Dak did something that Tony Romo wasn't able to do. Win a ring, win the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Get past, a certain round in the playoff, lead them to the championship and capitalize on that hope. Ooh, I'm surprised. I mean, where the smoke for Tony Romo? That's my thing. How come y'all don't give Tony Romo this type of smoke, man? Tony Romo, he failed miserably. Couldn't capitalize in certain situations. He wasn't clutch. He wasn't clutch like that. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't got nervous in the red zone. Was hesitant at the goal line. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. NFC West is stacked. Yep, it is stacked. It is stacked. Ooh, I definitely didn't like. Oh, look. Now, Brian Sugar. Hey, Cheyenne, Steven. Now, Brian Sugar, like, ooh. On second thought, I'd rather have that. See, let me ask you this. I'm gonna make it even better. Let's go ahead. Let's get deep with this. All right. Let's go ahead and get deep. Who would you rather have? Would you rather have Romo or would you rather have Dak? I already know the answer to that. Romo or Dak? Who you taking? Please hit that like when you come in here, man. It don't cost no money. I ain't nothing for no money. I mean, unless you got some. Dollar sign straight to the point. 77, that's the cash app. Who you taking? Dak or Romo? No. You're not gonna do that to me. Don't do that to me, sugar. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Don't do that. Come on. Come on. Stand 10 toes. Choose one of them, man. Choose one of them. Choose one of them. And line it up. That's all you gotta do is put the pros and the cons. That's all you gotta do to put the pros and the cons. The good and the bad. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not hard. It's not hard because I know who you gonna choose. Who's gonna put you in better position? Who's making a way out of no way? You know what I'm saying? But I know for some people that is a hard choice. There's some people that choose Romo. I'm not mad at them for choosing Romo. That Brown should just blame Jerry Jones for the 30 years of NFC Championship drought. Look, as much as I don't like Jerry Jones, as much as I don't respect Jerry Jones, not all of it his fault. I would say about 70% of this is Jerry Jones' fault. But a lot of it had to do with, bad coaching. A lot of it had to do with bad defensive and offensive coordinators. You know what I'm saying? A lot of it had to do with injuries. Hell, I'm willing to. You know what? Let me go 60-40 then. I'll say about 60% is Jerry Jones' fault. Let's throw the injuries in there. You got guys that couldn't stay healthy. They get their money, then they get hurt. You know what I'm saying? I can name plenty of those. DeMarcus Lawrence, you know what I'm saying, got his money. Couldn't stay healthy except, he got revitalized for like a few years after, but then he ended up leaving or whatever. Then you had you had Ezekiel Elliott, got his money. Wasn't the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, just classic people. Vander Ish couldn't stay healthy. Had to force his ass into retirement. You know what I'm saying? Offensive line, can't never stay healthy. Diggs got his money. Guess what? Can't stay healthy. I mean, he coming back and everything, but there ain't no point in him coming back. He gonna get hurt again. He gonna get hurt again. And I like Diggs. But man, them Diggs brothers, man, they just worry about digging in that. Ooh. Anyway, I ain't gonna go there. I got Dak over Romo. Ooh, Cheyenne, and that's a 49ers fan. That's a 49ers fan. You know what I'm saying? That rivalry run deep. See, they don't talk about the 49ers and the Cowboys. They don't talk about that rivalry. That's a slept-on rivalry they don't talk about. They always talk about the Giants and the Cowboys. They always talk about the Eagles and the Cowboys or whatever, man. But we got to talk about the 49ers and the Cowboys rivalry. Hell, I smell a potential NFC championship probably. Or could it be the Rams? Or will it be the Eagles again? We don't know. But all I do know is this. They got to win tonight, Cheyenne. They got to win tonight, Brown Sugar. They got to win tonight, Stephen Green. Cowboys got to win. You know what I'm saying? Then it's going to be a question of, are the Cowboys truly a contender? Not only are they a contender, is Dak for real? Is he an MVP candidate? Hell, he already got my MVP candidate when he defeated the Eagles, man. You know what I'm saying? He had got my MVP candidate when he got an all-time passing yard. Man, Dak is that guy, man. I don't think you appreciate this guy enough, you know what I'm saying, what he brings to the table. Can you throw anybody else out there? You throw another guy out there that they said was good and all this other stuff. Is he capable of running a team like that? No, they're not. You say, I like that. I just don't like the Cowboys. Exactly. And that's what I be trying to tell Brown Sugar. That's what I be trying to tell Stephen Green. I mean, the Cowboys, they're not doing, like, they're actually doing Dak a disservice. You know what I'm saying? This is a guy that, man, had a gruesome injury. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, I fuck with ODB, Odell Beckham. You know, Odell Beckham. You know that guy, the one-hand catch man. You know, the same Odell Beckham on the boat, you know what I'm saying? You know, snorting lines, you know what I'm saying, off the girl's stomach, you know what I'm saying, while eating pizza and all that. You know that Odell Beckham, you know what I'm saying? You know, Odell Beckham gold hair, you know what I'm saying? You know, play with the Rams, you know what I'm saying? Got him a ring and everything. You know, Odell, you know, LSU, you know what I'm saying? Jarvis Landry, boy, all that. That Odell. Odell was not the same after that injury. Dak has had a rebirth since that gruesome injury. Everybody thought that his career was done, Cheyenne. Everybody thought that his career was done, Brown Sugar, Stephen Green. Guess what? He still was able to get them to the playoffs that year after returning from injury. And for those of y'all that can stomach that shit, go look at that injury again. I was like, there's no way that this motherfucker coming back. He came back. He done came back. I said, give him time and everything. Everybody was down on him, clowning him, all this other stuff. Oh, he ain't the same, all this other stuff. But you had to take into account, ain't had no offensive line. You know what I'm saying? Ain't had no running back. I mean, damn, look at how many running backs. Man, hell. You know how many damn running backs done been through Dallas? Ever since the days of Tony Dorsett and then Emmitt Smith, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Darren McFadden, you know what I'm saying? They had, God rest his soul, Marion Barber. You know what I'm saying? They done had a whole, Jones, Felix Jones. They done went through some running back. DeMarcus I mean, God, dog, they stay going through running back. That was nasty. That was nasty, man. And he still came back. He came back. That's what I look at, man. I'm like, he could have been like, you know what? I'm done. Look at all these motherfuckers. Listen, because Cheyenne, if you pay attention to sports, Steven, I know you do. Brown Sugar definitely too. They do injuries that are similar uh, during that time period. Well, you got to go back and look at that time period where a lot of those injuries was happening. It was Odell Beckham, similar injury. Dak Prescott, similar injury. In basketball, you know what I'm saying? Gordon Hayward, similar injury. You understand what I mean? And Gordon Hayward was never the same. He was never the same. Paul George hadn't been the same. All right, these guys like have not been the same. When you think of Paul George, I know y'all think I don't like Paul George. I don't fuck with Paul George. You know, my nigga Cypress, he don't think I don't fuck with Paul George. I used to fuck with Paul George, still do. I just don't think he's that guy no more. You know what I'm saying? Not like that. Me personally, I'm like, if you're gonna keep sitting, sitting like that, then you might as well just go ahead and continue doing your podcast. But man, before the injury, Paul George was that guy, man. He reminded me so much of T-Mac and a better defender than T-Mac. You know what I'm saying? Hell, low key, a more efficient scorer than T-Mac. But after that injury, I mean, he had that MVP year. You know what I'm saying? With OKC, carried the team. You know what I'm saying? The season before last, before he went ahead and left the Philly. You know what I'm saying? They had him playing out of position and stuff. You know, because Kawhi and everybody else, you know what I'm saying, they was hurt, you know what I'm saying, and he was over there playing power forward and stuff like that. But other than that, he ain't been the same. Hell, y'all need a running back now, but y'all doing good without a running back. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, look, man, just stick to what y'all got. Just stick to what y'all got, man. You got a lot of other teams on the come up. Hell, you gotta watch out for these motherfucking Texans. I'm talking about in the AFC. You gotta watch out for them. You don't know what's gonna happen. It's up in the air right now. Like I said, the NFC, AFC, it's up in the air right now. Anybody can win this motherfucker. Anybody. I mean, you got the Patriots. They got number 1 seed. You know what I'm saying? Texas, you know what I'm saying? They got a couple wins. You know what I'm saying? Up under their belt. They beating some good teams. They put the damn Bills on their backs. You know what I'm saying? The Jaguars, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody taking them seriously. No, you have to take them Jaguars seriously. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. You know, and like Cheyenne mentioned, the 49ers, you can't take the Rams for granted. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of teams that you look at the NFC, you look at the AFC, man, it's up in the air right now. Ain't nobody looking at the Chiefs and all that. You know what I'm saying? Now Lamar, I gotta talk about Lamar. Yo, Lamar Jackson, man, he's, you know, injury report not showing too good, man. You know, he done missed practices. He got ankle problems. Ain't really quite looked the same. You know what I'm saying? We gotta wonder, man, are the Ravens gonna fall off again? That's what we gotta wonder. We gotta wonder if that's gonna happen. Are the Ravens gonna fall off again? You know what I'm saying? Because you know Lamar Jackson, like I said, I still think he's hurt. Now it's starting to come out, and Brown Sugar was right. I think Stephen Green has said it. You know what I'm saying? I think even Cheyenne had mentioned. I don't think he's 100% right now. I don't think Lamar Jackson is 100%. And guess what? It came out still have some injuries that he's dealing with right now. This is according to reports, because that's why he mispractices. You know what I'm saying? This is a guy, Lamar Jackson, man. This is a workhorse. You know what I'm saying? This is a guy that gotta be out there. You know what I'm saying? This is their leader. You know? So y'all let me know what you think, man. For to go ahead and roll out. Make sure you like that video. Make sure you share it. Also subscribe if you're not a member. And also hit those notifications as well. Straight to the point. Cash App, if you'd like to donate, is $ straight to the point 77. Okay? Till then, shouts out to the whole entire LDBC basketball and boxing. Till then, man, I'm out.